Hello, yes, this is Corrine, and thank you, Ray. I am the Chief Strategy Officer of Fresh Intelligence, and it is great to be here with Steve to take you through an incredible case study on how we used mobile qual.
Yes. Thank you, Corrine. This is Steve August, and I'm the CMO of FocusVision. Happy to be here with everybody today. So without further ado, why don't we just jump right in? Let's get the slide advanced. There we go. All right, so where I like to start is I always like to start with the actual business goal, because at the end of the day, that's what research is delivering against. So every brand manager and retailer has their business goals. They want to increase their share of market. They want to convert shoppers into buyers, increase satisfaction, and ultimately increase the amount and frequency of purchase. Now within CPG, let's get this advanced. Here we go. Within CPG, research is vital. So there's a lot of questions that researchers need to be able to answer. But the biggest ones are in store. We need to know what's happening at that moment of decision at the shelf. What they buy, where they buy it, who is doing the buying, for whom are they buying it, and if they are not buying my brand, why not? And we also, however, need to get that in-store view of the moment of decision. We need to have a well-rounded picture of purchasing habits. And in fact, you know, the aisle actually kind of starts at home, because if we think about it, you know, people start their thinking often about what they're going to buy, you know, as they're at home. So from a research perspective, we grapple with some methodological challenges. For starters, we often rely on people's recall, which is imperfect, as we know, and this rather tongue-in-cheek image illustrates that point well. Furthermore, beyond challenges with memory, we also run into risks of rationalized reporting, where people fill in the blanks where they just don't remember what they thought at the time. So in quantitative studies, we work to address this by leading respondents through their thought processes and providing a set choice of answers. We aim to keep them engaged with a well-designed survey, and also they have the security of anonymity, reducing the social desirability bias, so they feel free to answer what they really think. Meanwhile, on the qualitative side, because it focuses on capturing an in-depth understanding of people's thoughts and motivations, it's much more prone to the issues of recall and post-rationalization social desirability, because there is that interaction with people happening. So people sometimes fill in the blanks in a way that might make them look better, or the way that they want to be perceived, either consciously or subconsciously. So all of these hurdles come into play within retail research. Grocery shopping is often viewed by shoppers as being very similar to driving to and from work. People remember leaving home and arriving at work, but not too much about what happened along the way. It's almost autopilot. So you notice this the most when store sections or aisles are changed. Shoppers find this disruptive for an extended period of time because it forces a change in their shopping routine. So that autopilot challenges recall, in turn impacting what we can get the research, because if people are on autopilot, then they're not being as conscious of their choices and decisions within the store. So we do have some techniques and methods that we use to get around these challenges. There's the long-used method of in-store shop-alongs, and newer opportunities opened up by wearables, but they're not perfect, of course. Shop-alongs are a costly approach and introduce interviewer effects into the research. Wearables, such as Google Glass, can get very up close and personal, but it's far from unnoticeable from the participant. I'm not sure if any of you have had the opportunity to experience a wearable like Google Glass, but I can vouch that it is far from unobtrusive. Wearing it was all about the device, more than anything else going on around you. Now, this may, or is perhaps likely to change in the future, but right now it's not a perfect solution.
That's very true, Steve. Ideally, really what we're looking for is we want it to be more seamless, something that's an integral part of the shopping experience. And I just can't see this. It's not moving for me, Ray. Sorry, it's this slide's on. There we go. Thank you. The question really that we need to ask is, you know, can we rely on their memory? their recall of their in-store experience using a in-store, or sorry, I should say an in-home survey, or should we be using mobile devices to gain insight in the moment of shopping? Because we actually can have eyes in the store. And, you know, there's one thing which shoppers never forget to bring with them anywhere they go. I have even heard some stats that, you know, 46% regularly use them in the bathroom. You know, more than half of shoppers use their mobile phone in store. 24% search for recipes while grocery shopping. And I can go on and on again about all the different stats. But ironically, we know even from previous fresh intelligence research that use of mobile actually hampers people's ability to remember what they did, what they saw, and so on. So ideally, we want it to be very seamless and something that's an integral part of the shopping experience. Pretty logical. Let's start with the business objective. What we really needed to understand in the business objective is shopper habits, purchase factors, what snacks people have at home, their consideration, their mindset. There are many challenges to getting this type of information, so we designed an innovative method to address this problem. There were 3 research areas that we wanted to look at, and we really designed a multifaceted study to meet these business objectives of what snacks people buy, why they buy them, and how they shop in store.
So we knew it would be easy just to ask people what snacks they buy, but we wanted to get closer to the participants' day-to-day life. We wanted an engaging experience for them, focusing on interaction and inspiration rather than just question and answer. So we used an activity-based approach, and I'll talk more about what that means in a couple of slides. Another consideration was the scale of the project. It actually took place in Canada, so if you're familiar with doing research in Canada, often you need to have a multi-language study, one for a segment for French Canadian and a segment for English. This is where Revelation, FocusVision's online activities-based platform, came into play, which is designed to tackle exactly these challenges that we've just outlined. The web-based platform is responsive and works across devices. However, there also is a dedicated mobile app to best take advantage of the native capabilities. Specifically, often if you go into stores, you lose signal but in the back of the store, and if your mobile app, your research app, can't let people post when they're not connected, then you may lose that in the moment interaction that's so critical. So this is something that the Revelation platform was able to do. So we designed activities using the most appropriate device to capture that information. Often PC is great for with a large screen and better typing. It's better for detailed answers and for evaluating concepts, while mobile is perfect for in-store, in-the-moment capture. So let's go back to the idea of activities. So taking advantage of the media, moving away from just asking questions. So instead of asking what snacks do you have in your house and getting them to list it out, we gave them the snack stash activity where participants pull out their snacks and organize them into groups, healthy and not so healthy, and they took photos of each of the groups and explained the meaning of each. This is a super way to see what healthy means to people, and it means different things to different people. Likewise, we sent them out on a retail mission with a snack safari activity and did a twist on the concept evaluation. We'll go into this in more detail shortly, and we'll look at the study design. But really the takeaway here is this type of research moves it from a tell me style of research to a show me style of research, and it's very powerful. So how does this all lay out? So this was actually a relatively short study in terms of time in field. It was everything captured over 4 days, over several regions, 2 regions. And the participants were first provided short welcome video from the moderator, which includes instructions on the assignments and humanized the whole experience, and then they moved straight into the snack stash. They provided 3 days to complete the snack safari. That was the retail mission. And on the final day, they were asked to undertake a concept evaluation. So a lot of things worked in a very short time. So let's break down some of these activities. Snack stash. Participants pull out their snacks and organize them into what they consider healthy and unhealthy snacks. Snack stash helped uncover not just what snacks people have in their homes, but also the content of what they eat and when, and importantly, what it means to them. So you see that in this one, unhealthy foods often to comfort themselves, and healthy, unprocessed, healthy foods were considered to be unprocessed. So moving on to the snack safari. So in this mobile activity, participants take us on a trip and go to the store to purchase snacks, and they document their experiences in the store with photos and text. The approach to this in-store research was designed to address the memory and rationalization challenges while also being as unobtrusive as far as research can get. Their mission was outlined to them, and you can see some of the examples of images that were returned. It helps us as the researchers to really get a sense of where they were shopping, what they were seeing, and with their text entries as well, and account from their perspective. So you really literally see through their eyes as they're taking their photos. And here's a few images from shopping baskets. The one that is in French is interesting. I won't try to read the French, but I will read the what it was talking about. And she's saying, "My card. It's by chance that my child isn't here today, and good because it all wouldn't fit. This is nice because it gives us a sense of what happens at other times. She goes shopping with her child, who sits in the cart, and potentially this could have an influence in how she purchases at the time." So who you're shopping with sometimes has a context. Now finally, at the end of the short study, it ended with the concept evaluation of the client product, which was completed on a PC given the nature of the activity, where you want to present a larger image together with the textual information. So for client confidentiality reasons, we can't share the actual concept, but you can get a sense of what participants saw. And this yielded extremely useful information on how the packaging was perceived, what resonated or not with the product description, and where they'd expect to see it in the store aisle, which was actually a big question in the study, was where do people expect to find healthy snacks?
Okay, let's get on to the research findings. Enormous amounts of insights were garnered. I am able today to just share some top-line results with you. So, one of the key things that we found was that people, consumers, are really creatures of habit. And there are two really key shopping modes in terms of when they are actually buying snacks. The first one is what we call hunting. And in this mode, participants are on a mission. I mean, think about the hunters. They are looking for a specific snack they need to purchase. This most often happens as a way to restock on a few things between larger shopping trips. The second mode that we were able to identify was the browsing snack mode. And here participants go up and down the aisles of the store, gathering up the items they need, but also, kind of keeping an eye out for new items. This most often happens during a larger weekly shopping trip, and it's also more common in stores where healthy snacks are kind of interspersed amongst some of the regular snacks. So the business impact obviously is really imperative, and the impact of the study and the research findings had on the client's business was really, really incremental. What they were able to do was develop an incredible in-store strategy and successfully launched this snack food product based on these insights. The implication for marketers as well was that the learnings that can be applied to this, business marketing decisions were able to provide this company with an incredible competitive edge. Once you know why customers do things a certain way, of course, it is much easier to establish and build long-term relationships with them, which is ultimately a marketer's dream. So in terms of, what the research, let's start with the big picture and kind of, a great understanding of what the market research industry can learn from this. Any research project begins by stepping back, and we need to understand the context around the business question. Snacks don't exist in isolation by definition. They exist because of the dynamic of all other meals. And snack purchasing is about more than just getting in store and thinking about buying something unhealthy. As researchers, we have to take that into account. We have to develop hypotheses, develop approaches that deliver the insight that we need. As we described at the beginning, especially when it comes to habitual behavior such as grocery shopping or bad behaviors such as buying snacks, being able to break through the recall and rationalization wall is a very important part of generating genuine insight. Getting closer to that moment of truth can be an important tool. Although it's also important to note that time does give the opportunity for greater reflection and self-awareness among research participants, being right there in the moment is not always the ideal approach. You know, if you think about a car purchase, for example, I understand, you know, why people use Tinder. But often if we combine in-the-moment data with more considered reflections and discussions, it's truly ideal. So mobile offers an unrivaled ability, without a doubt, to be with the respondent wherever they are and to capture their thoughts and capture their locations and be in the moment. And with the right tools, it can be an incredible, powerful tool. But the best methodologies often combine multiple, diverse, and different a combination of platforms and channels. Thank you very much. I think we'll take some questions now.